Got a new video here, guys. This one is a bit late and a bit spontaneous. Comic book fans everywhere heard the news that broke that we are getting the Snyder cut of the Justice League. Now, to a lot of people, they're like, oh my god, why don't you just put this thing to bed? We all know Justice League was, the only way to say it was a bit of a train wreck, to be honest. Like, there was bits that were good in it, but as an overall film, there's no easy way to say it. It was kind of a massive letdown. Justice League is like huge. When we heard it was coming out, we were like, oh sick, Justice League, yeah. See, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, Cyborg and Aquaman all together. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We didn't get that. I mean, it probably didn't help that obviously they changed directors midway through, because obviously Zack Snyder's daughter passed away and then Joss Whedon had to pick it up, and you can kind of tell the bits that were Snyder's and then you can tell which was Whedon. So yeah, it wasn't what we thought, but it is good news. I'm very interested with this because I've always wondered what the film would have been like if Zack had finished the whole thing, because like I said, there was bits I liked to Justice League. It's just there was bits that didn't work. Like, I think the only way I could describe it felt like 6 separate films in one, because we don't really know much about Barry in it. We didn't know the backstory for Aquaman. When we find him in Justice League, he's kind of like running away from his destiny, so to speak. The only ones we really had any sort of background on was like Superman, Wonder Woman and Batman to an extent because of Dawn of Justice. But yeah, the rest of them, it was kind of like, I felt like they should have done the single films and the team up, but I felt like Warner Bros. Tried to compete with Avengers. It didn't work in that aspect, but I'm hoping it's gonna be, it can't be any worse, can it? There's an article that came out on, I think it was Hollywood Reporter. It just goes on to say that we're getting the Snyder cut in 2021 and it's going to be on HBO Max's streaming service. It's been announced, it's official, it's coming next year. So the Snyder cut, apparently it was around the 4-hour mark, and they're talking about either releasing it as like a standalone film, or they're talking about doing it in parts, so it could be like 4 to 6 parts. No one really knows at the moment how they're going to do it. That's kind of where it's at. It's either it's going to be released all at once, or they're going to do it weekly, like we've had Disney Plus do it. It's kind of interesting with streaming services, because I think if you do it all at once, the hype dies very quickly, whereas when you look at someone like Disney Plus with The Mandalorian doing it weekly, it was like generated the excitement and people were still talking about it like 2-3 months later. It's a tough one, because you want to see all at once. Me personally, I'm used to watching stuff weekly, so I think I would rather do it like that, but I don't know how they're going to do it, so we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the big question is, why is this a big deal? It's a big deal because even the actors, or I think on some level, they were all a bit disappointed with the final film, because they obviously know that the vision that Snyder had, it's completely different to what we got. And I know for years that all the actors like Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, they've all been sort of tweeting out like, release the Snyder cut, it needs to come out. I think it's been on and off for like what, 2-3 years. You always see it trending on Twitter, so it's been an ongoing thing. I think he actually announced it. There was like I think it was a Man of Steel streaming party Zack Snyder did, and like Henry Cavill popped in, and then they dropped the news that it was coming, and then you saw like the official posters and stuff. Next question is, what's going to be different? A lot of people are thinking it can't be too much different, and I'm like, well, if it's round about the 4-hour mark, there's obviously a lot that got cut. Essentially, it's going to be a totally different thing, like a totally different movie or project, I guess. According to this article I'm reading, they're talking about new characters possibly. So in January, Snyder dropped a still from his original footage featuring Ryan Choi, aka the Atom, who takes up the mantle. And there was also talks of Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern and Darkseid, which Snyder has teased for years, and obviously we didn't get it in the version we got. With those characters, I mean, Green Lantern, like, obviously I know we've had the Ryan Reynolds one, but Green Lantern is a founding member of the JLA. It's just like, he needs to be in it, and Martian Manhunter too. It'd be interesting to see if they'll be in it. And they're talking about, like I've said, it's either going to be a feature length or they'll do it as like a mini series. So obviously there's going to be a lot of characters in it. So we've got Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, The Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, which have ample character building screen time. So a mini series or 6 chapters essentially could be on the cards, and the other rumoured option, quote quote, is a 4 hours director's cut. I don't know if we'll get that. I don't know what way they're going to swing with it, to be honest. There's talks of additional dialogue as well. Snyder's original crew is getting back together to cut the footage with a different score, finished visual effects and additional dialogue from actors to fill in the gaps. All this could cost between 20 to 30 million. They're actually going to be reshooting it with the original actors, so essentially it's a new film. Like, there's no 2 ways about it. Think of it as, I suppose, Justice League 2.0. I think it's going to be a lot different, and I really want it to be good, because Snyder's extended edition films he's done, like Watchmen, was awesome. I'm hopeful. I really want it to be good, but we shall see. There's talks of a different end credits scene. So obviously in the one we got, in the end credits of the theatrical release, Saul Wilder and Assassin Deathstroke joins Lex Luthor to create their own Justice League. Actually, Joe Manganiello suggested this would be a different scene linked to Deathstroke's involvement in Ben Affleck's now scrapped Batman film. So obviously that would have led into that. When and where would it come out? So as I said, the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League will be released on HBO Max sometime in 2021. The streaming service, which will host loads of exclusive content from Warner Media and DC Comics, launches May 27th. And there's been a flood of response from the actors, like even Ben Affleck's turnaround. I remember seeing it on it was Kevin Smith's podcast, and then he turned around and said, "I'm very excited Zack's getting a chance to finally see his vision realised. He's on board," because obviously I feel like his Batman got shafted a bit, if I'm being honest. I actually like Ben Affleck as Batman, you know, divided to popular opinion. I thought he was good as it. Henry Cavill also has gone out. He's gone big congratulations to you, Mr. Snyder. Jason Momoa as well. He put out, I think it was a tweet he put out, it was on Instagram, and he's put, "We won, fine, it's happening, you're welcome, justice served, all my aloha to everyone who made this happen, all the fans, we love you." And even Ray Fisher as well. He tweeted out, "For those who fought, for those who believe, thank you." So yeah, Justice League is coming. And there's been like a stream of posters and stuff that have come out, which I'll slap somewhere. Personally, I'm very much looking forward to it because, you know, I'm a massive DC fan, and I was let down by Justice League because there was all this like build up for it, and this is the thing I hate with with Hollywood and the film industry. I feel like they hype stuff up too much, and then it either pays off or it just flops. I'm gonna go open-minded because I'm gonna be honest, it can't be any worse than the version we got, really, can it? If it's a lot longer, then that goes to show there's so much stuff that should have been in the film that didn't make the cut, and I'm hoping that Zack tones it down to that dark, gritty DC vibe, because I feel like with Joss Whedon it felt a bit Marvel-y in some points, which, you know, is fine. For a DC film, it's always been dark, grittier, it's not as light-hearted as Marvel, which is why I think I prefer it, and I feel like the storylines are a bit more epic, so I'm hoping that we're gonna see what the Justice League should have been. And there's also talks of Darkseid popping up. Now, obviously, Justice League, Darkseid, that's wow. If Darkseid's in it, that's going to change the film completely. It'll be interesting. Like, I'm going to keep an eye on it just to see how this is going to develop. Personally, like I've said previously in this video, like, I've always wondered what Justice League should have been, and to be honest, that cast, it's a ridiculous cast. Like Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, like Ezra Miller. It's a ridiculous lineup. I don't know, I feel like some of the characters got their light and some didn't. Like, I would have liked to have seen more about the Flash, even though he's not the Flash in it, but more of the Flash, like a bit more to Aquaman. I'm wondering how they're going to deal with the resurrection of Superman. I reckon that might be slightly different. That could be a key thing. Maybe more of, not so much of Batman's backstory, but maybe more leading up to the events of Justice League. It's going to be interesting. I am optimistic. I'm going to go with an open mind, and then we'll just see. I imagine, because of obviously no filming at the moment due to what's going on in the world, I imagine at some point there'll be like a little teaser trailer, if there's not one already. I haven't seen one. All I've seen is the posters, so it's going to be interesting. In a way, I'm kind of glad it's finally happening, because it's like curiosity more than anything. Like I said, it can't be any worse than what we got. I don't know what you guys think on it. I'd be interested to see what you guys think about the Snyder Cut finally coming out. Like, are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Do you think Justice League is done? I mean, I suppose another question this is going to raise as well, that if Darkseid is the villain, does this mean there will be a Justice League 2? Because at the moment there's no plans for it, and obviously Batman's been recast. It's like Robert Pattinson now. So it's all these little things. It's like kind of like a domino effect. I'm interested with it, to be honest. I really want a good Justice League film, because like, you look at the animated Justice League, it's just brilliant. The comics, amazing. I just hope it translates into film, and I think Zack Snyder's probably the right guy for it. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think that he has made some good films. There's been some films I suppose people have criticised. Like, I like Watchmen. To some extent, I like Dawn of Justice. Now that it's been a few years, I'll be very interested to see how they'll do it, and I'm hoping that the CG with Henry Cavill's moustache, it can't be any worse. Man, that was absolutely shocking, isn't it? You guys looking forward to the Snyder Cut of Justice League? Be interesting to see what you think. I mean, I'm probably gonna like keep my eye on it. I don't know if I'll do like a news update on it, because I suppose at the moment there's not a lot apart from that it's coming. I was a bit late doing this one because I was gonna film it, and then I thought I don't want to film it and not know what I'm talking about. That's just my take on it. Looking forward to it. Again, going to open-minded, and yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens next year. But yeah, that was just a quick video on this one, guys. So yep, the Snyder Cut of Justice League is coming next year, 2021. So yeah, it'll just be interesting. We'll keep an eye on it, see how things develop. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, are you looking forward to it? You're not looking forward to it? Do you think it should be left alone? Just be interesting to see what you guys think on it. I'm looking forward to it. More curious than anything, but yeah, as long as there's more develops, we'll sort of know what's going on with it. But yeah, that's just it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and stay tuned for more videos, and we shall see how this develops.